Good morning, all you DFFL members. This is G-Man reporting to you from the Wherever Division, or Whatever or Wherever We Are Division of the DFFL. I wanted to share with you a visit that I had with our partner in crime, Mr. Larry Dick, at the International World Headquarters of the DFFL. So hang tight, and you'll see the inside interview. No cuts, no editing, the full view of what Larry and I talked about in regards to our DFFL Football League. More to come. So, to open things up, Larry, do you have any comments or opening remarks that you'd like to make about our visit?
Well, I sure do. Hello, Jerry. Coach G-Man. He's tuning in and dialing in to the video newsletter this week. And it's great to have you, buddy. Do I have any comments to start out? Well, yeah, I had a great time while you were here. We really had a blast in having you, and we had some good times playing golf and various other things. As a matter of fact, we also met with two other coaches, Coach D's Boys and Coach Oracle, and discussed some DFF football strategy over the weekend. And it was just a great time. And hey, buddy, I'm looking forward to these questions that you're sending my way. That's a little bit of a surprise. So go ahead and fire away, buddy. I'm ready for them.
Well, that seemed like a lot of mumbo jumbo. So let's get right into some of the questions that I asked Mr. Larry during that time. So, Larry, with the commissioner spending all of his time behind the scenes making the league run, how did you become the face of the DFFL?
Great question, Jerry. Well, that's an easy one. There are three reasons. One, I'm highly qualified. Two, as the family knows, I'm very, very high tech. And three, actually, no. let me take all those back. What really happened is back when I was working contracting in Alabama, and a lot of the wherevers joined our league. There was a lady by the name of Ruth who happens to be AKA the Avenger, and Coach Ruth just turned us all on to newsletters, and she wrote the newsletter. Pretty much the format I use today came from her, and so she did a bunch of those newsletters. I left Alabama. The league went on, and we both decided that I don't work and she does, so I started doing the newsletters. That's the true and real factual story. Back to you, Jerry. You got any more?
Well, that seemed like a long-winded answer. So let's move on to question number 2. Larry, in my short time at DFL headquarters, it's clear to me that as assistant to the commissioner, you have an assistant yourself doing all the real-time work to make you look good. Do you agree?
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, Jerry, you can see right through me. Yeah, I'm not exactly a one-man show, and I do need help practically all the time, especially with the technical portion of it. I routinely like to run things by D's Boys, my lovely wife, and for technical issues, like how to make one of these videos and make this movie work, it's my grandson Austin, and he has helped me out immensely. And thank the Lord for grandsons. But that's the true story. What else you got, buddy?
I see. Let me ask you another question, because I think a lot of our whatever players want to know the answer to this one. How do you manage to cultivate animosity between the two divisions?
Well, that is really an interesting question because it sounds like that's actually what I'm doing, but I'm not. What happens is it's just the dynamics of the whole league, which I find interesting, is you have in the Wherever division all these professional contracting big everyone with I don't want to say a big ego, but what I want to say is they have they're not shy. And when I put out something on the newsletter, every once in a while, one of those will comment. And then on the other side, on the Texas division, mostly made up of my kids, they're real quick to jump out there and defend me. And yeah, you know, I just let it work. It just watch the dynamics of it and just let it work. And it's a beautiful thing. So the Texas division has, in fact, really enjoys beating up on the Wherever division, and I'm sure they feel the same way about beating up on the Texas division. I hope that answered your question. That was a little tongue twisted, but yeah. So what else you got, buddy?
Well, that was a good exercise in making everybody feel good. So let's get on to some of the hardball stuff. And by hardball, I mean hard football stuff. So Larry, let me ask you a direct question. How do you manipulate the schedule so that you are playing teams at the same time that their star players are on the sidelines?
Manipulate? I don't know. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. You're implying things here that just couldn't happen. My son, Brian, is in charge. He's the commissioner, and he is in charge of the settings and the league and the schedule and all of those things. Now, granted, I mean, Brian and I are pretty close, and he does do a tremendous job, but you know, I'm sure he would do anything for his dad, but he would never cross that line. Matter of fact, I just can't. I don't know. You know what? I think this interview is done. I think this interview is over. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I'm out of here. Dee, call our lawyer, will you?
So that seemed a little squeamish. Let me ask you a similar question. Larry, how do you claim success for a league when things are going well and deflect responsibility when the going gets tough? Well, fellow footballers, it looks like we're not really going to get any real straight answers from Mr. Larry here. So I'm going to return to my home and let Larry continue on. And oh, by the way, he does a very, very good job. If it wasn't for him, I have to admit, a lot of part of this league might fall apart. So kudos to Larry. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate what you're doing, and hope you have a great day, and hope you don't win any more games this year. As an epilogue to the previous videos, I just want to say what a great sport Larry is. He's a great guy, a great dad, a great grandfather, and a great friend. No one could ask for anything more than to be friends with Larry and D. Dick. No question about it. All hands in. The other thing I wanted to mention, because he spent a lot of time doing this, is playing golf. Larry's golf game has improved incredibly. He hits them long and straight down the middle, well, most of the time. He hits them right up next to the pin, well, some of the time. And he makes a lot of good putts. He is a good putter. And we had a great time playing Pecan Plantation and Squaw Valley Lakes course over this past weekend, getting a lot of jibs and jabs in. And I know he enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. And I really look forward to doing it again. So Larry, D, thank you very much for all your hospitality. Thank you for being my best friend, and have a great day. Appreciate it, buddy. Love you.
Well, thank you, Jerry, for participating in this week's video newsletter, and thank you again for the kind words in the video, and it was great having you here. So let's get to Week 8 results, shall we? Nutcracker over 3 times a lady, yes. Tied for second place right now, Nutcracker, and only 1 game out of first place. I'm just loving it. What a difference a year makes. I had 3 running backs that combined for over 60 points, and that really helped me. Herbert, my quarterback, had 22 points, and Pittsburgh defense had 17. Josh, Wentz had 33, but other than Wentz, there wasn't much else going on. You had 3 receivers that combined for 13 points. Not going to win that way, buddy. You know that. So you're going to have to look for some other receivers or get those guys to do the right thing. The next game was Saul Dick's picks over G-Man. Wow, Todd, 193 points and the highest score of the week. And I got to tell you, bud, you're on a roll. You are just rolling right along. Tannehill, that combination of Tannehill to Brown produced over 72 points and was really the dagger in the heart there on G-Man. Henderson had 22, Samuel 27, and even your kicker had 16 points. So job well done, Todd. Jerry, you had Jones had 25, Parker 18, and Hawkinson 20. The next game, Game 3, saw Knuckleheads over Massacres. Great job by Knuckleheads. He had Stafford with 36, Metcalf with 23, Kupp with 28. Kupp is just a machine. And your defense had 19. Even your bench scored a lot of points. So great job, Brian. Phil, good job. You had 139 points. That would beat most teams. But Knuckleheads was just a little bit too much to go up against this week. And Josh Allen, you had Josh Allen getting 39. Pittman had 33. And Allen had 21. Avengers over Dictators. I called this game as the upset game of the week. And, Ruth, you had a backup quarterback, Cooper Rush, for the Cowboys, replacing your starting quarterback, Prescott, and he got 29 points. So what a brilliant pickup that was. And that kind of won the game for you. Eckler had 26 and Woods had 21. Aaron, you had a tough week, but in all fairness, buddy, I know what your lineup was. You had a lot of big dogs on the bench. But Hill on Monday Night Football almost pulled this game out for you. So all in all, that was a pretty close game. Oracle over D's Boys. Low scoring event, and with Godwin and Mixon combining for over half of Oracle's points to give Oracle the win. Great job, Eric. D, tough week. You had Chase was your only bright spot. You had a lot of great players on the bench, but things should be looking up soon, especially if you get McCaffrey back. So, love you, babe. Tennessean over annexation of Puerto Rico. Lockett and Cooper for Jamie. Lockett and Cooper each had 31 points. Mahomes had 24. And that was a good job. Austin, you had tough break, buddy. You lost Henry, that looks like anyway, for the season. And that's going to hurt big time. And Lamb did have 21, but that was a tough break. So anyway, if anybody can come back, you can, bud. You're not reigning, but you're, I think, 3-time champion of the league. So look out. Dick's Picks. We went, what a week. We went 6 for 6, a perfect week. I think I've only had 2 of those, but I had 2 this year. I did call the upset game too. Overall, that puts us at 33 wins and 15 losses. And what are this week's winners? Nutcracker, Knuckleheads, Dictators, D's Boys, Oracle, and Dick Picks. So those are your winners for this week. Stuff that matters. The only thing I can think of right now that really matters, at least to me, is my daughter's wedding's coming up in 10 days. So my mind is all over that. I'm going to try to enjoy. There's only a few big life moments in your family, in each person's family, and that you can really enjoy. This should be one of them, and I'm so looking forward to it. Anyway, thanks again. Jerry, thanks for participating. And thank you all, coaches, for doing a great job in making our league what it is. This is Nutcracker out.